Hi, and welcome back to the latest episode of Gina's Gems, where you get to meet the team behind the scenes. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Scott Downie. He's one of our consultants out of our Chicago office. Scott is here to drop some gems with us relative to managing leaves through software as a solution, or SaaS. Hi, Scott. So good to have you.
Gina. Nice to be here. Thanks, Gina.
Great to have you here. You know how it goes. Give me a fun fact before we get into it.
All right. So my fun fact is I had my wisdom teeth surgically removed when I was 18. And as a surprise to me, 3 years later, I had another set of wisdom teeth come in and had them surgically removed again. So not impossible, but pretty rare.
So that's why you're so smart. 2 sets of wisdom teeth. That totally makes sense.
I had them removed.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So Scott, you and I have talked about a current project that you're working on, which is managing a SaaS project for a large corporation who has about 45,000 employees with their own internal leave team. So tell me a little bit about the company's current situation, if you wouldn't mind.
I'd be happy to, Gina. So our customer currently uses a SaaS platform designed to compliantly case manage federal, state, and company leave laws internally. They've been on the same platform for a little over 10 years now, and their needs have significantly outgrown their current situation. They don't feel like the current system vendor is making enough improvements to their platform to keep up with the need to increase efficiencies and capabilities in their dynamic and growing environment.
So when they came to you, why? What did they come to you and state were their main objectives of doing something?
They're looking to improve their integration with paid leave programs in their HR systems. They want to simplify usage for their case managers and their associate experience. They're also looking to make improvements to their self-service platform for their associates and managers using that system. And then they're consistently looking to make technology improvements.
So can you share a little bit with me about what the project entails exactly and what you and your team are doing to help this particular customer?
Absolutely. So the first thing we did was we held a discovery meeting that outlined their current leave management policies and process. During this meeting, we identified gaps, inefficiencies, and system usage within the current system. Then we created a wish list of functionality and processes that would increase capabilities and efficiencies and would meet their organizational IT securities and requirements. We then customized the RFP questionnaire using standard SaaS marketing template that we have. And then we added the customized questions and requirements from our initial discovery meeting and also added IT security responses and documentation necessary to create a partnership with the potential new vendor. Third, we released the marketing to a list of compatible vendors in the SaaS marketplace. We provided about 3 weeks for the vendors to provide a quote that takes into account any questions that the vendors have to fully understand the opportunity and provide their best quote. We then receive the SaaS marketing results, do an extensive review of the received quotes, including a pricing comparison and an outline of the current state versus future state improvements by vendor. We'll then present those results and make recommendations to our customer based off the project objectives in the discovery meeting. After we've presented our findings and recommendations to the customer, they'll pick finalists for their on-site meeting. And then the finalist meetings will be held over a 1 to 2 day period, with the scope being both administrative and IT related, directly tied to those initial takeaways from our discovery meeting and the main objectives discussed for the marketing. For this meeting, we actually create customized scorecards for the participating stakeholders, including decision makers and our project team, to evaluate and discuss the presentation in a consistent manner during our debrief. After the finalist meeting and debrief discussions are completed, the customer will decide whether they want to move forward with a new vendor or keep their current relationship. And if they do decide to make a change, we'll manage the final negotiations with the chosen vendor.
It sounds like it's a pretty extensive project you guys are working on. I'm sure you and your team are doing a great job. And if any of you are interested in taking a look at managing leaves through SaaS, Scott and his team are ready, willing, and able to assist. So thank you, Scott, for sharing your insights with us today. Appreciate you being here. Tune in another 2 weeks for our next episode of Gina's Gems. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Gina.